So that Resident Evil 2 remake, yeah, I just don't think it's happening anytime soon, folks. I mean, look, I'm just going off of the facts based on what we know right now as of this recording. And what we know right now as of this recording is that, well, they initially announced it back in 2015, and we have not heard anything since then. Think about that. Ain't that a little odd? In my mind, it's nothing but vaporware. And that sucks because I really want to play the Resident Evil 2 remake. Resident Evil 7 didn't float my boat. However, I know that the Resident Evil 2 remake will, because I'm an old school Resident Evil guy. I like the fixed camera angles. I like the tank controls over the first person, VR nonsense that Resident Evil 7 was. You know what I mean? That's just what floats my boat. So I'm excited for the Resident Evil 2 remake. However, at the same time, I'm a little cautiously like, I don't know, is this ever going to see the light? You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. Again, going off the facts, going off of what we know right now, they haven't talked about it since 2015. And I think that's a problem. A lot of games get announced, and I'm not saying that this is going to be the case for Resident Evil 2 Remake, but a lot of games get announced, and they never see the light of day. For example, Dead Island 2. Remember that game? They showed that off. They showed off gameplay even, and yet it's still not out, and I don't think it's ever coming out anytime soon. And again, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen with the Resident Evil 2 remake. I think that's a little far-fetched to say that that would happen to it. But at the same time, again, knowing off of what we know right now, it's like, okay, well, they haven't talked about it since 2015. Like, when is this really coming out? So, and here's the thing, like, I don't know, maybe they'll ruin it. You know what I mean? Like, it's Capcom, so what if the Resident Evil 2 remake is in first person like Resident Evil 7? What if they look at Resident Evil 7 and say, oh, that was a great success, in their minds anyway, and they're like, okay, let's add that into the Resident Evil 2 remake. Like, that would suck. I want my tank controls, I want the fixed camera angles. That's what I want out of a Resident Evil 2 remake, not I mean, if it were an optional thing, cool, because that gives gamers the best of both worlds, but, just like forcing that upon the gamer, I think that would suck, but I don't think they're going to go down that road. I don't think they're that stupid, you know what I mean? I'm really hoping that we see gameplay or something like that. Like, I think Resident Evil 7 was the prime opportunity for them to include gameplay or something, like a little Easter egg, like a hidden VHS tape somewhere, where if you put it in, you play it, shows like a snippet of gameplay, would have went viral all over the internet. That would have been so cool, but they didn't do that. They didn't do that, and I think that's a sign that the Resident Evil 2 remake is really further out than we imagine, which would suck, but hey, it is what it is. So let me know down below what you think about the Resident Evil 2 remake. What should Capcom do in terms of like perspectives on how you can play it first person, or tank controls, fixed camera angles type way, the original old school way, or maybe they'll include both ways. I mean, that would be pretty cool, right? But who knows? Who knows? If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and that's about it. Thanks for watching.